Peace, love, and light, healing through inspiration. How y'all doing? It's a great Grandos day. Look a little bright because I was sun gazing. I'm actually sun gazing, believe it or not, in this cold, cold winter. Sun beaming in through the blinds, so the sun must be out. And since the sun's out, you get to be inside and sun gaze. If that isn't cool, I don't know. Especially when you're in a cold place like that, you value it so much more. We do not. Okay, I'm reading a message. But we'll get to that later. Get to that message. This is probably because the last video I tried to make was a part 3 about people saying, are the narcissists demonically possessed? So this is the part 3. It keeps getting cut off, but I remove things. You only can remove so much. But hey, are they possessed demonically? Are they possessed? Possessed is you don't have control. You don't have the control of the body entity. I have been around narcissists. Well, narcissists, they raised me. They freaking raised me. Narcissistic parents, narcissistic family. All right, then they select you to do narcissistic friends. Then people you're interested in. It's just narcissists all around, coworkers. I've been around narcissists, and it's like they make a conscious decision. You guys see me looking up sun gaze, and so when I sun gaze, and I mean to look back at the screen to see if it's still recording. But the thing is, like I've seen my narcissists do their abuse, and when they do their abuse, they don't stop. They don't stop. Only thing they do is they stop on the ramp. It's just like when authority figures come, other people are there that they don't want to see it looking like that, i.e. the police. Well, that's when they change their tune from where they are. It's kind of like when my biological mother stalked me, followed me, and I went to the police station. This was before she was chasing me with a knife in her hand. She had already came to my place to another state. But this is when I stayed in Ohio. She stayed in Michigan. And then when I drove there and I got inside the police station, she followed me in, and oh gosh, I know she ended up telling them, because I was the person at the front desk I spoke to, and I told them what was happening, and she's trying to kill me. And then she comes right in after, and she's like, she said, he said, hi, I'm his mother. What happened? I don't know. He said he said someone's trying to kill him. He said she's trying to kill him. I'm like, why did this bitch tell her that? You don't think I'm right in front of you or right in front of her? I couldn't have told her that. This front desk bitch told her that. I kid you not. And so then the 2 police officers come from the back, and then she goes like, oh, well, I was doing this and that, and she wants to get all loud and make a scene, and then to the point, and then try to be like, into they're like, okay, they clearly spread us apart, spread us apart, and I'm like, good. Anyways, so then she goes, and and the police officer that was with me, he's talking to me, and I hear her do a fake crying, doing a fake crying on waterworks. And I'm like, yeah, you hear that? She's on that fake crying. She's like, the cop says to me, that's what women do. And I was like, I mean, shoot, that's what they do. That's what they do. And I mean, he wasn't wrong. He knew. And I explained to him that her daughter molested me. This is before I even knew that my biological mother had raped me. But I explained to him that her daughter molested me, and it was just almost had like it didn't faze him at all. Like he could care less, really. Because I explained to him what happened. I was 5, but it still can care less. So then anyways, I've already explained that story if I haven't, but I end up, because I was trying to get the hell away from her. She was been chasing me all through the state, and then I ended up getting pulled over again because the cops told me to speed after, just hurry up to go to another police station because I couldn't do anything because they was in another jurisdiction. That wasn't in their jurisdiction, but that was the closest police station that I knew of me. Can you imagine that? That's some BS. I know. Wow. If that ain't something, I don't know what is. So, I'm making sure it's still recorded. And I ended up getting pulled over because it was like freaking, the sky was so saturated, you couldn't see anything. I turned into a place with no lights, and I was doing, because of the GPS, and it was like, oh, and it turns out like the fire department place, but I was trying to find a police station, and then the police pulled me over, and I told them what it was, and then she didn't even want to hear it. This bitch looked like she was a junkie anyways, but and then she said I'm flying anyways, so I ended up trying to sleep at a gas station. Then she came up, she got a tracking device on my phone, electronic abuse. And then I woke up to her banging on the glass, my door of my car. Why? Yeah, I'm saying, you couldn't take the battery out the phone, by the way. It was one of those phones, Samsung Galaxy 7, never forget it. And so then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go, okay? I'm gonna go. You gonna say bye? And I was just looking at her like, oh, bitch, if you gonna go, go. Bitch, go. But then she ended up following me. And then she ended up faking like she was gonna go. Because actually she was driving. And I was just like, I thought I saw a car. Because I'm like, her car was like that. I didn't want to be side to side to her. But it turns out, so I would like brake real far back. But even I was in another lane. Because I just didn't want to be side to side to her. I wanted to, I didn't want any parts of her. So then she drove, and I guess the place I was supposed to turn in, she drove past the place where I was supposed to turn in. So she drove like to get on the freeway. So then I go inside my place, and then she comes back in. So she only did that to come back in. She get on the freeway, so I can go back. So she told me she's gonna leave so I can go back there, and then so she can come back in. These narcissists are like freaking Terminators. So he went on to get on the freeway to try to act like she was leaving to go back to Michigan, but she wasn't. These narcissists, they play a tune. They're not possessed. They're doing it out of their free will. They choose to be evil. They know they choose to be evil. They know they can they can stop when they want to. They only stop at figures and whatnot and try to, I didn't do that. No, that wasn't me. It's kind of like the reason why the narcissistic parents, they won't beat you in front of certain others, but they'll beat you in private. And the psychological abuse is really the worst, and I say that because it's the bruises you can't see that hurt the most. Because you go up to somebody and say, hey, they hit you in the eye. Like, oh yeah, they hit you in the eye. You do have a black eye. Yeah, that is. But if you say, hey, they said this to me, they said that, I'll be like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Did they say it? Then that, and then it's maybe in some ways it could be translated as another form of abuse because it's not necessarily you're not being validated, and your emotions aren't being validated as you're not being valued. I should say, perhaps. And one of the things as far as the side effects too, because you guys are gonna get a lump sum as far as information with this in this video, is that we try to downplay ourselves. I was doing this as I was thinking. I was cooking today, cooking some quinoa. Uh, we try to downplay our successes. That's people that goes through this as far as with narcissism. We always try to downplay what we do and what have we done and what we this and that. Just because we don't want people to be so jealous of us. That's just what it is. Because we really are. Like, that's what we grew up with. Because I remember being a freaking child. All little boys go like this, flexing their arm muscle. One of the shit like that. I did it to my uncle. And because he'll be like, oh, you got so much big muscle. Oh, look. Oh, what? Hey. Wow. Just brings back memories. And I remember my biological mother pulling my shirt down so I wouldn't show off my muscle as a child. Like with the jealousy. Like it couldn't be about me. I'm a child. Like all children do that. Everything always happens to them. The narcissists, but they lie to themselves and say everyone's always jealous of them. But nobody is ever jealous of them. They're just always worried about everybody else's business and try to paint this fictitious thing. They're freaking stalkers, And, I'm sorry for it. But us that's been through it, for us it kind of feels like this has always been our whole life. Our friends, the disingenuous, mothers, fathers, just so demanding as far as wanting to know what we do. Know about us, simply try to steal us and rip us at the core. Because we have a soul. We are soulful. We have the energy. We are righteous. So, these things are demonic. They're not possessed. They're just wicked, They're wicked and they choose to be that. They're evil. It's very selective. They're very selective. Very selective. They know when, who, and when to stop and when to start. Because I remember when, this is when I was admitting to my half-sister molesting me to my biological mother. And I remember being on the phone and my biological mother using a lot of psychological abuse, getting flying monkeys, her son, even the one that she raped as well with me in the bed. This is before I came to being cognitive, fully cognitive that she had raped me. She said, what did she say? Because I would end up questioning her about, the molestation. And she said, I ended up questioning her about the molestation to the point where I was like, I said, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I said verbatim. But I started questioning her about it. And then when I got to asking her that, she's like, I heard on the phone, she's like, I don't want to talk about that right now. I gotta go. Then she hung up. That coward-ass bitch. The coward-ass bitch. The narcissist imposing their abuse, but yet when they get on the phone with you, and you ask them the direct questions as far as dealing with things, they don't want to deal with it. But yeah, they sit there trying to terrorize you. Narcissists are cowards. They're not possessed. That's possessed. You're giving them an excuse when people say that. I hate when people say that. I can care less if they have a PhD or something or whatnot. Simply trying to justify it. It's people who don't want to take accountability. This is what it is. But hey, if you guys want to get a consultation with someone that can relate to you, who's actually been through this, and I'm not going to talk about any degrees or whatnot, or some type of schooling, or you think you read a book on narcissism, so you know it, you guys can book a one-on-one consultation with us. Just DM us on Instagram at healingthroughinspiration, or send us an email at info@healingthroughinspiration. If you're not following us already, go follow us on Instagram at Healing Through Inspiration, posting a regular there. Got our shop, got our apparel, and one of a kind artwork at healingthroughinspiration.com/shop. Okay, get with the course in the description box. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and share this with those that need it. Daily uploads every single day. Peace, love, and light.